All right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. We are live and in business. This is John Sprasco. This is Fulham. All right. This is Fulham. This is Crystal Palace. I was actually on time. Or I tried my best to be. In any case, without too much introduction, this is our lineup. Because of international duty, we have the CONCACAF player of the tournament. Raul Jimenez is sitting back on the bench. In the meantime, this is your Fulham lineup from the Tottenham game, with the exception of Alex Iwobi being in the starting lineup. It's going to be Leno, Robinson, Calvin Bassey, Anderson, Castagna, Sasa Lukic, back from that red card, Sandberg, Willian, Alex Iwobi, Pereira, and yes, we got a Pereira foul counter on the ground there, and of course, Rodrigo Muniz. Hitting up on the bench, we got Benda, Diop, Cuenca, Ryan Sessegnon, Emil Smith Rowe, Harrison Reed, Tom Carney, Traore, and of course, Jimenez. Fulham had a rough experience the last time against Crystal Palace with a 2-0 loss here at the Cottage. But hopefully, Fulham will be able to make something happen here. And I am just checking my audio to make sure we are loud and clear and ready to go. And I think we are. I'm also checking on YouTube, and I'm checking on Twitch. So this is my first true multi-stream. Right now, health is good. Comp temp is good. Not too much happening right now since we just kicked off. Also, browser docs. Sorry, I now know what I need. We are applying. Crowd is seeing that. Come on, Fulham. In the meantime, I'm going to welcome everyone who is watching the stream. Again, we're just kicking off. There may be a little bit of tweaking as we go along, but for the most part, we are good to go. Gonna mess with the dashboard a little bit. There is some rough play. Looks like a foul by Lukic. That's something that needs to be, that sadly we gotta be careful of. I don't like the possibility, but it is sadly definitely a thing. All right, they're saying my stream's unstable, but gotta do a quick edit. We're adding some other tags. So far, action not been. We don't mind. Action has not been fast and furious, but it has been scrappy, which I was absolutely expecting for this. So I'm not. This is early. I'm not expecting. Not expecting fireworks right now. Oh, all right. We got William coming on the outside, trying to get into the box. Didn't happen. They had to kick it back out. Palace does not have a bad defense back there with Richards, LaCroix, Yehe, Munoz, Wharton, Lerma, Mitchell, Sar, Itze, and Mateta. And of course, Dean Henderson is back there. As far as the bench, we have Matt Turner out of the U.S. He had a rough week last week with his matches in the Nations League. First time the United States did not win it. With losses both to Panama and Canada, it did not go well for them. Raul Jimenez was able to get the whole thing with 4 goals versus both Panama and Canada for Mexico to raise it first time. But before we get to that and talk a little bit more about that, we're going to check out William with the corner. Not much doing, but Fulham makes possession, still gets it back into the box. Another shot that was Anderson. A little wild. It does take a deflection. It looks like it will be a corner for Fulham. Trying to see who got on that for Palace. Oh, that was a hand. That was a hand. It hits the arm, but they're saying not a penalty because it was outside the box. But still, that's rough. That was rough. I don't even know how I feel about that. Like, I get it. It just was. Yeah, that was rough. Okay. But still, Fulham still trying to make some things happen. That's good. But Palace does have the ball. It's in theirs, trying to get a corner straight through. It is a corner for Palace. It looks like it was. I want to say it was Sasa Lukic you got on that. Bassi was beat. No, it was Sandberg actually who got on that. So it's going to be a corner for Palace. We're in the 13th minute. It's really kind of gone by pretty quick, folks. Header straight to the keeper. Leno's keeping a hole on it. Apologies. Let's get back to that lineup. Because it was sparkling water with the header straight to the keeper. If you know, you know. It's a foul and an early card for Palace. And it will be Adam Wharton who picks it up. He's going after Willian. He does not get to the ball, takes out the legs. It's going to be a free kick outside the box. Willian has not scored from being back. Yeah, I got EFL scores too. I'm going to see who takes this kick. It's between Willian and it looks like Pereira. To the corner, but Pereira shanks it out of bounds. And it's going to be a goal kick for Palace. Oh, sorry, did I not realize my hat was not on strike? I did not. Fulham now has the ball. Anthony Robinson tries to get it in, takes a deflection. It will be into the box. No one's able to get get a header on it. Back into the box again, straight to the keeper. Henderson has it and safely, and we are now in the 17th minute. And just to reiterate certain rules of the cup, since we're in the quarterfinal, VAR is active. If this game is tied after 90 minutes, there will be 30 minutes of stoppage time. Of extra time. There is no golden goal there or any of that. And if it is still tied after that, it will go to penalties. That's what happened with Fulham and Man U in their last game to get them to this point. Palace with a throw. Has to be punched out by Leno. The ref, I don't know what the ref is doing. Oh, Nice tackle by Palace. They're going to maintain possession. Fulham gets it back. I'm not expecting this. Actually, I don't care what the pundits think. The pundits have this 1-0 Palace. But Fulham into the box. Kick. Oh, just wide. Just wide. But Bassey, who scored in the Man U game. Wow. Just slightly. Right. Actually, I don't think that was. I think it was Bassey, but everybody in the crowd. No, not Palace fans, but everybody in the crowd. Otherwise, there was some hope there. In any case, I want to thank all that are watching this stream. Looks like they disappeared, but but a tie up between Robinson. Just gets slight warning. Robinson has the armband today. Let's switch that back up. I, he was high, but he wasn't trying to hurt anybody. And you may have a slight echo real quick, but we're just making sure people can hear me okay. Oh. All right, I do know there's. All right, that means I know the audio's working. I got some of my colleagues talking. They want, which no argument. They need to take their chances. Just get into the box. Sometimes it's just a little bit of luck. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we're almost halfway through the first half. Both teams, Fulham has had what we've expected them to have. They have possessions. They've been shooting. They got 5 shots, but 1 on target. Same with Palace. The passing. Fulham has the corners. But again, it doesn't matter if you can't. It doesn't matter if you can't hit the net. But one thing that is going to be interesting is with that early card by Walton, you got to see if there's anything that is he going to have to be less aggressive, and is that going to be an opportunity Fulham can take advantage of? Hopefully, that will be the case. In the meantime, the game after this also has some European overtones, and I'm not just talking the obvious for the FA Cup. I'm talking all. That's gonna be what 1:15 my time, so a little bit less than 3 hours from now. We got Brighton and Nottingham Forest. Winner will go to Wembley in that one, and both of these teams are having great Premier League seasons. Brighton beat Fulham 2-1 in stoppage time after a questionable penalty. And I'm going to say that till I die, questionable penalty. In seventh, well, Forest is currently in control of their own destiny in third, 4 points behind Arsenal and 5 points ahead of Chelsea. But Palace is putting some pressure on, and I think this is gonna be. I think this may be a throw-in. Great kick off the woodwork, man. Keeper was definitely. It sucks because the keeper was beat. I, I'm. I don't want to say that, but the keeper was definitely beat. Palace still going. This has definitely been a good 5 minutes for Palace. Going to the corner. And I will say this, there are definitely more Palace supporters than they are Fulham supporters, at least online. Apologize. You may hear me looking at a couple of other watch alongs because I am curious on how this is going. One thing I will say, it's a free kick. I'm going to say maybe about 30, 40 yards out. Hitting center. Leno goes and grabs it. it was Lerma with that 6 shot. Like I said, Fulham needs to find. It's fine to possess the ball, but it doesn't matter if you're not getting the shots. And that was a big chance. Still, Fulham with the throw. Making a slight adjustment. What's been pretty bad right now is Fulham has done a lot of fouls. I am slightly amazed there are no cards. Crossing the box, there is no one there. And it's going to go out of bounds. We're about to hit the 31st minute. And again, thank you for everyone who's watching this stream. This is Fulham. This is Crystal Palace. This is the FA Cup quarterfinal. Winner goes to Wembley. Not much else I really got to say about that. There are several people streaming this game as well. A lot of neutrals. That's one thing I'm noticing is we got some neutrals. Apologies if it seems like my volume's a little down. It kind of has to be. I have to make sure I don't get in trouble. I got in trouble out of the Man U game. Still, Palace is doing a good job on the ball. The Fulham was going for it. And it's going to be a foul on Anthony Robinson. He ran to the keeper. There's just not much else I can say about that. Oh, no. Well, no, not Robinson. It was Munoz. Apologies. I mean, man, he's trying to back off, but it was very clear. It's the fact that he stops. He's not trying to take him out. In fact, he's trying to kind of hold him, but the fact is, when he did that, he knocked the ball out. So there was no choice but a foul there. And now Munoz gets knocked down by Lacroix. Literally, Lacroix's grabbing him. Munoz goes down. I mean, no one can deny this was going to be a scrappy game. And the longer this goes, the more it's going to be probably in Fulham's advantage. But Palace has had the best shot so far. So it's going to be close. Great ball control. It's crappy. Sorry. Scrappy, but there's some crappy in there as well. Palace has the ball. Etse with the shot. Oh my goodness. There's nothing I can't even be upset. It was a good shot. It was a good shot. No flags. It's 1-0 Palace. I it's just there's no one. I think it's who did got beat there. Was it and no, it was several people who got beat. Sasa Lukic was the main one. There's no one helping Leno out. 1-0 Palace. It's a great shot. This one hits the wood, bounces in. This is not what you want to see, but it is what it is. But there's a reason he has the number 10. It's a nothing else I can say. Fulham though trying to hit back quick. Wasn't happening though. And Anthony Robinson. There's a reason he's there's a reason Anthony Robinson does not score goals, and you saw it there. He gets assists. He has plenty of assists, but not goals. Fulham is going for it, but yeah, there's a reason the pundits were going for Palace in this. And Lukic should have done better. In the meantime, just checking it out. Fulham again. I don't care about the passing. The passing is nice. The passing looks good. But if the passing doesn't lead to goals or attempts, it doesn't matter. And now Palace has the ball again. It's a on the side into the box, and that's two. No flags or anything. It's Saad. Sar. Man. And I'm looking because it's a good throw. Bassi got burnt. There's nothing else I can say. Bassi got burnt, and oh, I almost want to say that that should be offsides, but it's not. The pass was fine. I, and you can't put that on Leno. You cannot put that on Leno. Hmm. Bassi got burnt. That's all I can say there. Nothing else I can say. Now nothing's gonna happen now, but I can go ahead and tell you right. I can go ahead and tell you this. I want you to look at that bench. I want you to look at that bench because some changes are going to happen at halftime. But Fulham, if they can get one back before the half, it's going to be anyone's game. Wasn't enough for a corner. And again, stat we're leading. Corner, nothing happening with that. Willian off the side. He's going to bring it into the box. No, he's going to kick it to the outside. Fulham tries to get into the box. Deflected. It's going all the way back to Leno. Once again, I can care less about the possession. It comes down to the main stat, goals. And right now, Fulham just doesn't have the answer. And they call Fulham offsides on that. Marco Silva, yeah, we don't have to think what he's thinking on the bench. This is what happened literally a few weeks back. This is how this went. Fulham lost 2-0 at the Cottage to Crystal Palace. And then, but back in November, Fulham got them 2-0 at the Cottage. These two go back and forth quite a bit. But in the Premier League, in all competitions, it is exactly where we're at. 4 wins each, with 6 draws in between them. The big thing right now is to keep all hope. Because while this may be frustrating, Palace has weathered their storm. They're not giving up anything. There was concern about Wharton, but I think he's going to easily be able to get out at halftime, especially if this is 2-0. I'm not saying they're going to sit on it, but I'm not going to say they're sitting on it, but I will say this. They are not. I wouldn't be surprised if this does go into half. I'm expecting no more than 3 minutes of stoppage time at best. Palace with another free kick. Good into the box. Every Fulham player was beat. Every Fulham player was beat on that. It was just the pass was too good. Bassey tried to get it up, but let's see, indicator board has 2 minutes of stoppage. Oh yeah, you can't see that. Sorry. Can Fulham bring some magic before the half? Looks like one final try. Willian is trying to get out, but we are in the 47th minute. Break Willian. It gets deflected. Palace maintaining possession. Fulham tries to get it back. Will be into the box. There's no one there. Palace just kicks it out of bounds. No, it wasn't a Wilby, it was Bassey. I apologize. Frustrating first half. There's nothing else you can say about it. Whistle goes off. We are at halftime. Crystal Palace, 45 minutes away from going to Wembley. Fulham have to try to find a way back in. The question is, what can they do? Not just how they can score, but how to keep Palace from scoring in the second half. Because right now, they have not figured that out. All I can do right now is I can't say keep the course. You can't keep the course. You got to stay calm, yes, but there is no stay the course. The course did not work in that first half. There was a lot that did not work in that first half. And believe me, Palace absolutely deserves to be in front. And it's just been, it really is, and I hate saying it, it really is a sense of discipline. I wish I could say otherwise, but this is just a badly disciplined team right now. And if Palace is going to get the last laugh in this, they deserve it. Let's check out the stats real quick. 65% possession, 7 shots, 4 corners, but also 8 fouls and offsides. And Palace, 4 shots on target, 50% of them are goals. You can't really do much better than that. This has been a rough first half. I don't know where we're going with this, but I know it has to get better. A very rough first half. There's nothing else I can say. I don't like that it just seems that we are. All right, we're going to pause that. We're going to get that second half started. I mean, they're showing the highlights right now. I'm going to not worry about that. I need to get myself something to drink. Pretty much just water. I'm going to get myself some water. I want to thank everyone who has joined me for this. It's been rough watching, but once again, checking my stats on all streams real quick because that is what's happening right now. So it's 3. We're gonna resync for the second half, but this is definitely not a This ain't one you want to ride home. If I'm Fulham, I would not, unless something happens within the first 5 minutes of the second half. I'm expecting I'm expecting substitutions almost immediately. I know why they can't, but I would not be surprised if you don't see Raul Jimenez coming in by the 60th minute. I'm expecting Sessegnon for his speed. I'm expecting Carney to keep hold of the ball. And I don't know what's happening with Anderson, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see Diop or Cuenca come in. Well, with Palace, your only defender you have on the bench is Nathaniel Klein. You can. It's almost expected that he is just not going to come in unless something really, really bad happens with Palace. If he comes in, it's going to be like the 85th minute. They have some. Palace has a solid midfield bench. And I definitely wouldn't, even though they got three attackers, I'm not expecting any of them to come in. If Palace gets another goal, this game is pretty much over. And I hate saying that, but I don't. But Fulham has had a tough time this season scoring more than 3 goals a game. And I definitely can't see them scoring 4. Literally, the last time Fulham scored more than 3 goals, or actually more than 2 goals, was a 4-1 win over Watford in the Cup. Beyond that, Fulham is a 2-goal team. That's what to expect. And I hate saying that. And the last time Fulham actually got 3 goals in a Premier League game was back in December with a 3-1 win over Brighton. Fulham is not a high scoring team. They don't have the defense for that. If you score 3 goals on Fulham, you are probably going to win the game. If Fulham scores 3 goals, you are probably going to lose or draw the game. So that's pretty much what we're hoping for. Fulham is undefeated this season when they score 3 or more goals. And that has only happened 3 times. A 3-1 win over Newcastle back in September, a 3-1 win over Brighton, and a 4-1 win over Watford. That is it. 3 times Fulham has scored more 3 goals or more in a game this season. I'll be right back, folks. This is Jonas Brasco. Score at halftime. Crystal Palace 2, Fulham 0. Thank you for watching. All right, apologize. Second half just kicked off. Let's make some quick adjustments there. Chris Richards with a red card. Nah, not really. Just a yellow. Just a yellow. Nonetheless, we are back. This has been a rough. You got two Palace players with yellows. I don't want to see that a red is going to be the only way to victory for Fulham. But the way things are looking, it doesn't. Mm, can't say it looks good because it definitely doesn't. Anyway, second half score: Fulham, Fulham nil. Crystal Palace 2. Winner goes to Wembley. Checking the computer because we have raised the performance. We've raised the performance on my computer. We are going all in on this. Robinson into the box, goes off the defender. It's going to be a corner. But still, Fulham has not made any changes, so let's bring up that starting lineup again. Leno in the back, Robinson, Bassi, Anderson, Castagna, Lukic, Sanderberg, Willian, Iwobi, Pereira, and Rodrigo Munez. In the meantime, William with the corner. Palace gets on it. Win again. Where there's no one really in the box. There are more Palace players in the box. Fulham just has not been. Palace has done a great job just crowding the boxes. Fulham is not a break fast team. You're not. They're not the ones that are catching teams on the break. They are playing. They are playing their half of the field. They're getting penalties. Well, not that much, but it does happen. I've seen it happen. It's very rare, but it does happen. But as it still not the only one watching this one. There are several people from Palace live react. In fact, that's one of the reasons I started doing this. Is that there wasn't that Fulham representation. And we haven't talked much about the ref in this because, well, there hasn't been too much to talk about. Willian doesn't foul much, but he does on that occasion. Darren England is the ref for this game. I know I have not mentioned much about it, but that is what's happening. And we're gonna see quite a few. We're gonna see quite a bit of time wasting from Palace from here on out. We're already in the, we're approaching the 52nd minute. Not much of a change from Fulham so far. They are trying to get into the box a little bit more, but that Palace defense is just not going to let that happen. There are people warming up. Williams going to have the corner. It's just Palace's defenders. Fulham's had to kick it back out. Another cross into the box. Headed away again by Palace. Palace has some men. Leno comes out, gets to it, kicks it out of bounds. They just There's nothing more I can say about it. This is a team that is not making things happen. And I don't care. Possession 86%. But you need to shoot. You need to take your chances and you need to hope there's some luck. This is what Fulham needs right now. Fulham needs luck and Fulham needs to try to make their own luck. Robinson tries to get it in. No fans. Foul. Castagna. That discipline. This is what's gonna. This is what's hurting. I think it is time. 60th minute. I think you have to make some changes. And definitely if Palace scores one more. Fulham can't play the advantage. Munez is upset, but it does not matter. Also expect a lot more fouls from Palace moving forward. They're gonna knuckle up. Munez, yeah, I get it. You're getting pulled and everything. There was no advantage to be played, but there gotta be something there. Excuse me while I masticate for a second. Palace cross. It's knocked away, but I think it's gonna be a Palace throw in. And it's just the great cross. the run on the outside. Man, that's it. Again, Fulham holding possession, but they're all that Crystal Palace side of the pitch. There's no breaking. Bassey's trying to bring it up. They're now still haven't passed midline yet. Okay, there we go. Stanya's able to get a corner for Fulham. He went for the cross. He was again, big ups to Palace. Palace is playing their game. They're not letting Fulham get anything inside. Palace just has all they have to do is literally stay in the middle and just make sure they get heads on the ball. Fulham is not a tall team. Even though they got a tall order, Fulham is not a tall team, and it is clear. The crowd, this is a Palace crowd. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Unfortunately, there were some restrictions going into this match because it is going to be scrappy, and sometimes fans are a little too emotional for their own good. And I'm talking both sides. Fulham has that representation of being a posh club. They're talking about Jimenez. It's about time. It's the 59th minute. I said 60th minute. They're gonna have to make something happen. Willian kicks it out. Wilby tried to take something into the box. Richards knocks it out. Again, another Fulham corner. They haven't had to Palace hasn't had to do much. It's like jump and head the ball away. Jump and head the ball away. And that's why the lead 2-0. It's gonna be Pereira taking this corner. Again, Palace just bunching up. Fulham not even being able to get a clean shot on goal. Palace does not care about Fulham having the corners, Fulham having the possession. There is no fear. There is no true pressure. It really is, what is Fulham going to do? They have not scored against us in nearly 120 minutes. Why should we fear them? Why should, anytime they get the ball into the box, why should we feel like we have to do something? And they don't. That is the thing. They don't have to do anything. Still no changes. But it looks like Emil Smith Rowe, there's some things happening in the dugout, but it is not. It's not looking good for Fulham right now. The longer this goes at 2-0, the more emboldened they're going to be. Ball's outside. Again, Fulham just holding the ball, passing around, but there's not enough people getting in the box. It's never good when the person who has the ball for Fulham, and now they're being pushed back. That they are literally being pushed back. It's gone right back to Leno. We are really watching a paralyzed Fulham. I'm literally watching a team paralyzed right now. Fulham gets the ball out, which is fine. Now we're starting to get, and now some big bodies are coming. Emil Smith Rowe's going to come in for Traore. Palace is in no hurry. Palace still with possession. Fulham trying to get the ball out, but Palace is doing exactly what they got to do: press, and not even press a lot. All right, lineup has been updated. A little bit of A little bit of a match between Sar and Sanderberger. It's a goal kick. I think there's gonna be some motion on the Palace bench. There just has to be something in the tank. It looks like Palace defense was actually stretched for a moment, but not. Fulham Traore tried to get one into the box. You will know Traore if you were watching this because he's the only one who has his shirt tucked in. Which there's a reason for. People kept pulling at it. And they're trying to work into the box. Willian tried to get it to Smith Rowe. Willian tried a long cross. Hey, you are not taller than the Palace players. That's not going to work. Was that a shot on goal? Was that a shot on goal? Yeah, Willian shot. Keeper had to get to it. Now it's going to be a corner. Bassey tried twice and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Shift out. Iwobi tries to get into the box. Palace kicks it out for a corner. A header. Okay, we're trying to see if Bassey was working it, but we're trying to see if there was. Oh, there are no corner. I mean, it's another corner for Fulham. Palace is not minding these because Fulham has not been able to make anything off of it. Will be into the box. They're just gonna let it go. And Palace is gonna make some. Palace is gonna make some subs. Jimenez is coming in. And Ryan Sessegnon is gonna come in as well. It's coming in as well. We'll slowly but surely adjust all subs as the game progresses. We also will update the bench as well to see who is left. So with Palace's two subs, that's what they got left on the bench. Current lineup. Cespeon comes in, makes an instant impact. Is able to get a goal kick for Fulham. Still trying to find some of Wilby. He's able to keep the ball in. He slips. But again, Fulham still not figuring out a way to move forward. And with that, Fulham has one sub left. And just so people can see who's on the bench still. For Fulham, you got Benda, Diop, Cuenca, Reed, and Tom Carney. I'm I'm trying. I'm trying to be positive. And I want to say this is no, it's I can't be upset. This was this is a tall order. Palace was the better team a few weeks ago. They are the better team now. Fulham to win this game. We're going to have to score more than one goal, and that was not the case. The pundits picked them for a reason. In about 14 minutes plus extra stoppage time, Palace will be on their way to Wembley. And Fulham is going to have to, if they want to play European ball, they're going to have to do it the hard way. They're going to have to do it the long way. They're going to have to do it. They got to pull some stuff off. And it's going to start. It's going to start on the first against Arsenal. But right now, it is. There has to be some pride. VAR confirmed he's onside. I didn't even need VAR for that. I knew that he was onside. And 2-0 down at halftime, it was going to be hard for them to find a way back. But with 6 games left in the season, that's all that's left. And there are no easy matches from here on out. Not even that match against Southampton on the 26th of April. Because in the earlier tie, Southampton kept Fulham to a draw. A 0-0 draw. And what makes it even worse is the last team that shut out Fulham was Crystal Palace. A little more than a month ago. Sessegnon, Fulham just trying to find something, some sense of pride. Get the crowd feeling like they fought till the end. Hearing Que Sera Sera, but it does not matter. 88th minute. Crystal Palace 3, Fulham 0. I really can't say much. I want I'm doing the watch along. I can't do the play by play because there has not been much play. At least not from Fulham's end. It's gonna be a Fulham corner. There's been plenty of those. There has been a lot for those. Ah, I'm not gonna be upset with the corner, but that ball did not go out of bounds. Sessegnon takes the corner. Into the box. Men in the middle. Palace on the break. Leno, great job. Fulham were stretched. Fulham were beat. Leno, Leno did the job. And that's the sad thing. It's 3-0 in this game, and Leno is still my man of the match. That's how bad this game has been. The keeper that's given up 3 goals is probably still my man of the match. Because at least 2 of them were not his fault. And Anderson gives up the corner. Tom Carney, the captain, coming in, the final sub. Iwobi comes out. If you're a Fulham fan, it's not. It's disappointment. It's disappointment. It's not even. It's not anger. It's not frustration. It's just disappointment. I can't even. That's sometimes where it means to be a Fulham fan. It's like you can't even. In certain situations, you can't even be disappointed. It just is what it is. And that's it. That's all the subs for Fulham. I almost don't even want stoppage time. That's how bad this is right now. I almost don't even want stoppage time. People are finally awake in my house, but yeah, they don't have to worry about me screaming or shouting or any of that. It's not even a luck on the side. It is all they had to do was crowd the middle, and that's all Crystal Palace has had to do is crowd the middle.